Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about how can we create a project using the Android Studio Preview 3. So, if we go to the Android Studio Preview, it will take some time to be launched. This version of Android Studio is still beta, but has a lot of features. So you can use Kotlin, you can use also Java, you can convert your code from Java to Kotlin, okay, for this edition. Now it starts working, Android Studio Preview, as you see here, powered by the IntelliJ platform, the same company which created the Kotlin programming language. So now, after reloading the Android Studio, how can you create a new project? Just select Start New Android Studio Project. I will call it My Udemy App, for example. My Udemy App. Here the company domain, it is by default user.example.com. You can change it to any name. The package name is consists of two parts, which is the company domain plus your application name. Don't forget to include the Kotlin support to use the Kotlin programming language. Now, click Next. He will ask you, do you want to use this app for phone and tablet, for Wear, TV, auto or cars, things, or the IoT, Internet of Things, okay? So we are going to select just phone and tablet, then click Next. Now he will start to ask you about the activity. The activity in Android is the screen. He will ask you which type of activity you want. I'm going to select empty activity, so I can add my own tools to this activity. Next. Each activity or each screen consists by default of two files. The first one is the Kotlin file. Inside this file, you are going to write your own code for the functionality, for example, connection to database, some calculations, some animation, whatever. The layout name is the XML file. In this file, we are going to write our own code for the design. So what is the background of the screen? What are the tools which included inside this screen? And so on. So now, let's click Finish. When you click Finish, it starts to create the project. As you see here, it starts creating the projects. By default, it will start with the main activity or the Kotlin file. Okay? The project consists of three main folders, which are manifest, Java, and resources. In the manifest folder, you can put some settings like the permissions, for example, the startup activity, the name of the projects, the icon used inside this project. So all these things found inside this file, which is the Android manifest. So this is the first folder. The second folder is for the Kotlin file. Okay, so inside the first folder, if you open it, you will see the main activity, which is this Kotlin file. It is a class which extends from something called app compact activity. Now, what about the third folder? The third folder is the resources, which consists the design, like the images, audio file, video file, some string resources, color file, and so on. Here in the layout file, you will see the XML file of your activity. So if you double click on this file, which is the activity main, you will see your design. As you see here, the activity consists of one activity, okay, or one screen which has hello world. You can delete it, right click and delete this view. Here you have many tools. The tools in Android is called view. So each tool is called view. So you can drag and drop any views inside this activity. You can also go to text to see the XML of this activity. Okay? By default, the layout is constraint layout. Constraint layout is used to control the tools with the edges of the activity. So let's try a very simple example. Go to text. So then drag and drop this tool, which is text view. Okay, so to make some edges, as you see here, there's something like here, this red circle is the border or the edge to the activity. So let's try to use the top circle to define the vertical space. Also, we can delete this one and define the horizontal space. After we draw this text view, we can go here to the text attribute and write something like welcome. So it is welcome now. We can also enlarge the text size using the text size attribute. For example, let's see something like 30. Yeah, so now it is 30. How can we try this example, or how can we run this very simple example? Here we have run. So click on run. It will check if you have any emulator or if you have any physical mobile, the connected devices for the physical mobile. I'm going to try the emulator. So select the emulator, click OK, and wait for this emulator to be online. It will take some time. Yes, as you see here, it will give me welcome, which is the text view. The text view is used to show some data. So in this video, I've shown you how to create a project using Android Studio 3 and how can you run this project. See you next video.